discovering some of the most inspiring trials to triumph stories and empowerment moments. Call up a friend and let them know it's time for some good news. Hello and welcome to Good News with Twanda Black. I am your host, and we talk with folks from all walks of life about the great things that are happening in their lives. Because ultimately, if your brothers and sisters are doing good, you're doing good, right? Sit back, relax, and enjoy my next guest. Joining us today is Paige Turner. You know, I thought Paige Turner, like Paige Turner. I thought that was so cute. Anyway, executive producer and host of her second hit HGTV show called Fix My Flip. And girl, you're so pretty. What you fixing? I want to know. Do you look like that when you fix this stuff?
No. Don't want to know. I don't. But I'm fixing flippers that need help. I'm fixing their lives. It seems like these flips that they get into, they don't make sense. Like, I'm the fixer.
It's so funny because we had somebody in our family decide that they were going to break out a wall in their house to make their bedroom bigger. And so you already know.
I can hear it in your voice.
It never got fixed. It never got fixed. So the family was living in a perpetual state of, shall I say, chaos. Okay. With the walls torn out, and it was just the frame. It was crazy. I was like, how are you living like this? Yeah, so I know that's what you do.
People think that it's easier than what it is.
Yeah.
Like, let's just knock down this wall, and they forget that there's load bearing. You need permits. There's drywall. There's like, should we have done this? So I've seen a lot of that. So Paige, but you came out of entrepreneurship, real estate broker for how many ever years? What made you decide to go into this side of it? Well, I've been a real estate broker for almost 20 years. This year it'll be 20 years. And real estate's been good to me. Was a single mom. All my kids are adults now. Put them through private school. All three graduated from college on time, top universities, all from real estate. And so I got to a point where, I was a young single mom. I had 3 kids by the time I was 23. And I said, wow, I think now I can go and catch my own dreams now. And in doing that, I'm catching my dreams, but I'm also in a position where I can help so many other people. And you can see women that look like you and I in a different light on television. Why not like be that kind of triple threat? And I said, that's what I want to do. And that's what I'm doing.
Amen. And I read about, and I put on my notes, I said, she's an overcomer. Because of what you went through as a single mom and putting your kids through school and going through a recession. You went through a recession.
Yeah, it was horrible.
And came out,
Yes, much better than when we went in. That word, I haven't heard that word for a while. Overcomer. That's a powerful word.
You're an overcomer. I have it in my notes. I said, oh my God, I can only imagine. And I was a single mom with 2 sons, so I know what that's like. And you're saying, all through real estate, I made it through this.
Yeah.
So being able to help other people is an amazing thing to do. And the show is amazing because talk about the psyche of tearing your house up and not being able to fix it.
Well, it becomes mania almost because you're facing possible devastation in your life, and once you hit that when you get in this hole and you don't know how to get out. And I tell people, if you're in a hole, stop digging, look up and ask for help. This is surrender. So no matter what your belief is, this is surrender. I need help, because your financial devastation will lead to, mental, spiritual, and everything else. And and I see it a lot. I see a lot of flippers get into trouble. They get way in over their heads, and then a lot of ego and pride hits.
Yeah.
So that's why I come in and I have to deal with all of this at the same time, just to help them get out of that hole.
Wow. Is this your second season for Fix My Flip?
It is. Yeah.
So in the first season, was there anything that surprised you?
Yes. And now it's helping me season 2. What surprised me, we're humans. And now I say humans are gonna human. I was very surprised at the state of humans on the show. You know, when you call in somebody for help and then you reject it, and it becomes, you know, this ego versus ego thing where I'm gonna move mine out the way. I tell people all the time, I don't have a paper resume anymore. You know what I'm saying? If I'm here, you called me for a reason.
Right.
So I can move my ego out the way and just look at you. So yeah, humans surprise me. What humans will do to stay ahead, you know, or keep up with the Joneses, we used to call it back in the day, you know. And then how they treat people. It's yeah. In season 2, I might have to walk away from a couple of people.
Okay.
You know? Very entitled. We have a generation that's very entitled, and they don't operate in humility. You know, I'm 50 and catching my dreams. I just hit this new milestone 2 weeks ago, and I'm grateful and I'm humble. And I see some of these people that are so entitled and rude. And I'm like, you're rude to me.
And I'm here to help you.
Yes. So yeah, season 1, I realized that, wow, humans are odd and not so nice all the time. And now season 2, I'm like, oh, humans are getting humans. So now I know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I do it more gracefully now.
So what was the worst thing that you saw in the first season?
The worst thing that I saw, oh my.
Can you choose?
I'm literally going through the episodes because there were so many, you know. The worst thing that I saw in season 1, the flippers decided to save money, that they were going to keep the electric meter, which we've all seen on the outside of homes, inside the home and then try to cover it up. That's exactly what I did.
What?
And wouldn't move it. So to protect my business and my license, I had to clearly say that this is what they're doing and this is not what would have done. And they ended up having to move it anyway because it can't stay in the house.
Right.
I mean, oh God, I just saw a lot of mistakes, you know, which all came from people not doing their due diligence and finding a mentor, doing their homework of the neighborhood, spending way too much money, designing the house that they were going to live in it. Yeah, there were some pretty challenging people and situations in season 1. Now season 2 has some as well. Oof. So,
you know, you're talking about, and I know when you're serving people, it is so hard, especially when they're being rude and not having humility and know everything but know nothing. How do you stay sane and keep your attitude great? And especially, I know that they can edit it out, but sometimes you can see somebody's face go, like, you know, yeah.
I don't have a poker face at all, Twanda, like at all. and sometimes I have to remember, you know, what network I'm on. I'm not on this network, you know.
Right.
I have to get myself back in line real quick. But you know what? I think my sense of self and my relationship with God, and I know who I am and whose I am, or
whose you are. Yeah.
Whose I am. Thank you. Whose I am. I think that keeps me grounded. It lets me keep control of a situation. My prayer life, I just know when to take deep breaths. And plus, you're a boy mom, I'm a girl mom.
Yeah.
And 3 girls I have twins, and the oldest one was only 16 months older. So that's really only like having triplets. Mm-hmm. So I know how to take deep breaths and assess a situation well, you know, and just kind of, you know what, and this comes in also my training as a real estate broker for 20 years. My goal is to serve my clients and get to the closing table. So they buy a house and I feed my family.
Yeah.
So if I'm constantly in a state of popping off, going off, then no one's going to get to the closing table.
Right.
Such as life, right? In any industry, we got to get to the closing table. Mm-hmm. We're not going to do it at odds with one another. And listen, I just turned 50. I don't have to do that anymore. You can take me or leave me. I love being 50.
I don't even care.
I don't even care because, you know, all money's not good money. And I'm in a place in my career where I can pick and choose who I work with. And shouldn't we all be so fortunate to be in that position?
Absolutely. That's one of my mantras. All money ain't good money, y'all.
It's not.
It's not. I don't care how much it is.
No, at all. My mantra this year is, and last year, it might be my mantra forever, is peace and plenty. Whatever type of peace you need and however much plenty you need, may it be yours and mine.
Yeah.
So when you come for my peace and plenty, I'm like, you're attacking me in places that I can't afford to give you.
That's so funny. Mine has been since last year, Peace Above All Else. And so it's so many things that I walked away from and said, nope, can't do it. Nope, not even dealing with, not even a conversation.
Not even a conversation. Peace. Yeah. I'm going to put that down.
Yeah. Peace above all. So you were on Rock the Block.
Yes.
My God, what did that teach you in in doing your own show and being able to produce that and produce it well?
What, produce Rock the Block or produce my show?
Produce your show.
Well, Rock the Block, which I didn't produce, but I was a contestant on, and I've been a judge twice. It's it's like a film almost. It's a huge show. I've about 100 people on the set. It almost looks like a superhero show. There's a lot going on, a lot of people working, a lot of moving pieces, a lot of tight timelines. We had to renovate 5,000 square feet in 6 weeks on a very tight budget. So it gave me even more tenacity and perseverance because, of course, I was on a quest to win. And then I got to a place where, you know what? This might be cliche because I didn't win Rock the Block, but it's true. I got to a place where if I don't win, the fact that number one, I was invited to the table, and number two, I did it. Right. I did it well. I never lost my character. I smiled. We pivoted, and there were some times I did not want to smile, and I did not smile. Turn my mic off. I kept my character, and the person I started as, at the end of 6 weeks, I was even better person.
Yeah.
And so I take that into my production, being season 2, like that's the person I want to be known for. I want to be known about somebody. I want to be known for somebody who, yes, is creative and is this and is that, but who also is fair, who is kind, who operates in good character, and who don't take no mess either.
That's right.
Part of protecting our peace and our plenty, like, nope, not doing that. And this is
yes is yes, and your no is no.
That's it. That's it.
So have you always been creative, even as like a little girl? Were you creative? Were you cutting out Barbie doll clothes? And what brought the creativity for you?
What's interesting is that I'm a businesswoman first. I've always been about business. My parents are entrepreneurs, and my mother tells the stories all the time of me being 4 and 5 and 6 years old, and I just want to drive by houses and say, how much does that cost? How much does that cost? I want this, I want that. So me becoming a real estate broker, she was like, oh, it just all makes sense, and then making it pretty and, bringing something that maybe somebody would say, oh, it's dead, tear it down, such as God in our lives, right? Like, no, there's still hope for that house. And so my creativity has always been in business first. And then I learned the rest of it, and I'm a connector of people naturally. So I love bringing in a contractor or a plumber, I just know how to connect people and then make, something work and bring it back to life. So in that vein, yes. So I wasn't like cutting Barbie dolls, dresses or anything like that, but I love playing with my Barbie dream house. I love the elevator and how it worked and spatial planning. I love that. That's what gives me life.
That is amazing. That's amazing. Now, I know, I don't even know if you can see beyond what this is because it's so full, it's so big. But what's the future plans for you? What are you going to do after this show?
Oh, Twanda, I am a visionary. Well, I hope that, season 2 of Fix My Flip brings even more support. I mean, season 1, we had 12.5 million viewers tune in, which, wow, it was like, whoa, I would have worn something even better had I known how everybody's going to do that. So, I do look forward to more seasons of Fix My Flip and also behind the camera. My production partner, who's also my brother, Freddie Bell, we have several shows that we shop, that we're producing. So, I want to be on both sides. In front of the camera is amazing. I think behind the camera is my retirement.
Yeah. So along the same veins or something different? Are you going to do something different?
Both. We have shows along the same vein in the housing space, but we also have shows that are amazing, that have nothing to do with housing and everything to do with Blackness or murder mysteries, comedy, cartoons, even animation. So we have a lot of different elements of television and film that we're pursuing.
I love it. Isn't it fun to be able to do what you love to do?
It's literally, like that could almost make me tear up because yes, the straight answer is yes. And sometimes it's miraculous when I think of where I could have been or where I fought to be.
Yes, yes, yes. What do you say to the single moms out there who are doing the best they can and sometimes not living the dream because you got to work so hard to take care of your babies? But what do you say to those single moms?
I say that you still have to create the time and space. I was tired for probably a decade.
Yeah.
But I had to be tired to create the environment I wanted them to be in. You also have to have the strength and the bravery to pivot. So I'm born and raised in Los Angeles, California. I'm an LA girl all day, every day. But I found being a young single mom without a dollar in child support. Support comes in many ways. I just wanted a babysitter sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I found that I had to leave LA, my safe space, and go to Nashville because that was the only way I saw the time to create the life that I needed, they deserved, and I need to give them. So you have to have the bravery to pivot from what you don't know and work while you're tired.
Yeah.
There's no way around it because your babies are your first job. And I remember I used to get so frustrated, like I'm on the phone. And one day the Lord said, yeah, but they're your job right now. So you put them to bed, then you get on the phone. And then I found peace. So I decided to write a vision plan for my life and for theirs. They all graduated from college as first-time graduates on my mother's side of the family, straight out of high school. I said, we have to change some, direction that our generations have been in.
That's right.
I'm not gonna call it nurses. I'm not gonna call it all that. But there is a lineage of single moms in my family. I said, let's change that dynamic, girls. And I did that, but it came from writing a vision. It came from working the vision and from being tired. So do it anyway. Do it tired.
Amen. That's the truth. And I can attest to that as well. Yeah. Talk about where everybody can see your season 2 of your show.
Wonderful. Well, you can tune in Fix My Flip every Thursday at 8 Central. So 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. We're prime time, y'all. And I'm not throwing shares. I'm not pulling out wigs. I am hopefully teaching the audience, and which ain't nothing wrong with that. Get your check. But, that's for me in this house.
Right.
I'm teaching. Hopefully the audience will get inspiration from design as well as how-tos and flipping and being in the real estate industry. But you can catch Fix My Flip every Thursday at 8 Central.
And
on HGTV. I'm so sorry, HGTV.
Yes. Do you know how many Black people love HGTV?
I do know, which is
amazing.
Ms. Twanda, listen. First of all, thank you for having me. Because more people need to know. And the people who are the people need to know that we know and that we love HGTV.
Absolutely. I mean, old, young, it's amazing. I used to watch HGTV before it was, the thing. Yeah. And I loved it. And I would mention it to people. Yeah, I watch it. And I would binge watch.
Yes.
And folks would be like, what is that? I was like, you got to check it out. Now look at where it's come to.
It's huge.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. It's about 30 million viewers a day. Just
in yeah. And Paige Turner is one of those. That's amazing.
Oh,
amazing. All right, Fix My Flip. Don't miss it, y'all. Paige, thank you so much for taking time out with us.
Thank you, Twanda. I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me be here, and God bless you real good.
My pleasure. Oh, yeah. A great conversation. To be a guest on the show, email me at twandablack@thepgnetwork.org or goodnews@thepgnetwork.org. You can watch the show via PGN TV on all your digital streaming apps or visit us at pgntv.org. We'll see you next time for some good news. God bless y'all.